Welcome to the Introduction to Kinesiology Part 2. In this course, we are learning how to use kinesiology to test for your vibrational alignment with foods, supplements, people, and life decisions. So let's get started. Okay, so now that we have established in part 1 of this course what kinesiology is, how to help our bodies reset and remove our attachment to the answers so that we get accurate testing readings, let's get down to how to actually do it. So for this course, I am teaching you how to do kinesiology on yourself. So I'm going to mainly focus on showing you how to master self-testing. Now there are many ways that you can perform muscle testing on others, and it is fun and it is fabulous, and I do go over in depth how to do that in my advanced course. But the methods covered in the self-muscle testing basics are focused on your connection with your body and your own self. You can then use your muscle testing skills in order to tune in and to accurately test for other people, be it your family, your friends, or your clients. As your understanding of these techniques matures, you will also be fine-tuning your sensitivity and enhancing your natural intuition, and you will get very good at feeling the effect of vibrations on the things that your energy field is exposed to on a very subtle level. There are so many different ways to muscle test, and I am here to tell you right now that there is no one right way. If there are 1,000 different teachers of muscle testing, then I can promise you that there will be at least 900 different ways being taught of doing it. So just know there's not one right way. There's not a right or wrong way. What you want is to be able to get accurate results. So the truth of it really is any muscle in the body can be used for this process. And most people will have more success or become more comfortable using one muscle or one method over another. Again, there really is no right or wrong way as long as you develop a personal method to which you can trust the results. I'm going to show you a few of the commonly used methods, and I encourage you to try all of them out. Find the one that works best for you and then use it. Muscle testing can become an amazingly beautiful art form for you if you work with it. The first method that we're going to be learning about in this series is called the sway method. Now, this method is easiest to learn when you're using foods or supplement or some other consumable item that you can actually hold in your hand. So for this method, you're going to stand in just a relaxed position. Hold the item that you're wanting to test to see if it is a strengthening or good match for you in your hands in front of your body at mid-chest height. For a strong response, most people will sway forwards or towards the item, while for the weak response, they will sway backwards. So people sometimes get better results in this method when they hold up the item a bit away from their body instead of right up against the torso. But you can try both ways and see which way you respond the best. But again, this method really works a lot better for something that you can actually hold and that can actually be put directly into the body field. The second method we're going to go over today is called the loop method. And this is actually, or one of the variations of this is actually the one that I use if I was to use muscle testing for something. This method is really good because it can be used in a variety of ways. It can be used while holding physical objects in your arms, while touching a physical object, or just by connecting with a thought, emotion, or a choice in your mind. And then you can use your hands using the loop method to test whether this is something that's in alignment with you or something that's not vibrationally strengthening for you. So in this method of kinesiology testing, you will create a loop by connecting the thumb and the little finger of your weaker hand. Then with your more dominant hand, take your thumb and your first finger and press them together. And then take your more dominant hand again, which is usually your right hand, and try to break the loop made by the thumb and the pinky of your tester hand. Now you can try this using either hand to see which way feels better to you. And remember that sometimes you will have to train your body to what you're looking for. And some people may feel that they have better results using the weaker hand, and some people may feel that they have better results using the more dominant hand as your tester hand. And either way, as long as you figure out a method that works well for you and gets consistent results. During any testing, if the loop you make remains strong or locked, which is the goal, then you are getting a yes indicator from for the body. If at any time the loop is easily broken, and you're not able to hold the loop closed, you're getting a no or a weak response from the body. And in that case, whatever item or thought that you're testing for would be shown to not be in vibrational harmony or in alignment with you. Now, modifications on this, alternately, you can create a loop using the thumb and the index finger instead of your thumb and your pinky of one hand, and try to break the loop with the other hand using just one finger to pull it open, which is usually the index finger, which that's the method I use. Or you can do the same thing, creating a loop using the thumb and the index finger instead of the thumb and the pinky, and try to actually pry it open, kind of as we did using the other hand, using your thumb and your index finger. And you can see all this here in this video that's playing on a loop, so that you can see these three different alternatives, and there is no right or wrong. Again, this is really all about connecting with a way that you can read the subtle nuances, these subtle signals that your body is giving to show you what is in alignment with it and what is not. Now, the breaking of the loops don't have to be dramatic, just as the swaying with the sway method doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be very, very subtle shifts in the muscle, and what you want to learn how to read and pay attention to is any weakening in the muscle when you bring the item or the thought into your field. If your muscle weakens, then that is going to show you that that is not in vibrational alignment with you. The third method we're going to cover in our basic muscle testing course is just the one finger method. And this method also works well while holding, touching, or just thinking about the vibration of the item that you're testing for. For this testing method, you will just be using one finger, which is usually your index, as the tester muscle, and the finger right beside it as the one you're testing with. Now you hold the object in question to the body or in your mind, and then press down on the tester finger with another finger on the same hand. If the finger stays strong or you are able to keep it straight, you are getting a yes indicator from the body, or an indication that that is in harmony or is in alignment for you. If you're able to easily push your finger down and you aren't able to hold it straight, you're getting a weak or a no response from the body to the question that you are asking. When using self-muscle testing, do not be discouraged if you're having troubles mastering any of these techniques. That is totally normal, and you need to know that gaining confidence in this modality, and more important, learning to trust the answers that you're receiving, takes time. And I assure you that as you gain more and more experiential knowledge with using kinesiology, and you find out what works best for you, you will get better and better at this modality, and you will absolutely begin to love it. As kinesiology becomes second nature to you, you'll be able to test on the fly just during business meetings, while in the grocery store, in the doctor's office, while listening to programs or sales ads, or when choosing a vendor for services, and all the while remaining inconspicuous to others as to what your methods of discerning what is in alignment or harmony with you and what is not. You can do this totally in secret where people just do not even know how you are able to read vibrations as clearly as you will be able to develop the skills to be able to do. Since the questioning portion of this modality is where a lot of people get unclear answers, let's go over 3 rules to asking questions that get direct, clear answers. The very first rule is you need to be asking yes or no questions. You can only gain yes, this thing, idea, person, circumstance, food, emotion is good for my energy field, or a no, this is stressful or weakens my energy field. The true art in muscle testing is not only in being able to read the nuances in your own muscle responses, but really resides in you learning how to ask the questions that are the most direct, relevant, and contain the right phrasing to be able to get a clear answer. The second rule, or very strong suggestion, would be to incorporate the phrase "for my highest good" into all of your questions. This really opens your questioning into a higher level of intention and also comes back to helping you get out of the way of being attached to outcomes. Remember, something that is for your highest good may not necessarily have the outcome that you are wanting right now in this very moment. For me, whenever I think about this, the phrase "thank God for unanswered prayer" comes into my mind when I think of this lesson, because you do not want to use kinesiology as a way to justify to yourself what you want to do when you want to do it. You really are wanting to know what decisions will guide you along your best and highest aligned path. Getting in the habit of manipulating your answers is never going to serve you, nor is this going to help this become a modality that you are able to learn to trust and use and rely on. Rule number 3, into asking questions to make sure that you are getting direct and clear answers, is to make sure you have a clear and concise question in mind before testing. You do not want a wordy or long-winded, confusing question. The results may not be clear, and you may even need to rebalance or reset the body as you waver back and forth trying to determine your questions. So if you do find yourself being unclear or not being able to really verbalize your question, I do suggest you go back to the energy reset technique and reset for mental clarity and for vibrational clarity before you form the question in your mind. And that will definitely help you to get a clear answer. Now, some examples of good questions, now that we've kind of gone over the 3 rules, would be, if you were to have a choice between a 10 a.m. yoga class and a 4 p.m. yoga class, you could ask, is the yoga class this morning at 10 a.m. for my highest good? And then your body could discern for many different reasons, but it may be that you may have a fluctuation in your energy field. It could be that you're in alignment with some vibration that is stronger in one class versus another. And your higher self, your innate, unconscious, subconscious knowledge will know which one you're in alignment with, and that's what you're wanting to feel, is the vibration between each class. And again, this is a great example of removing yourself from the answer, because if you're leaning towards a 10 a.m. class and you really want the answer to be yes for the 10 a.m. class, you're going to be skewing the results, and you're also not going to trust the results that you're getting, the answers you're getting. So you want to be sure, again, that you're testing the vibration of which class is in alignment with you, not necessarily which one you're wanting to enjoy or which one has better people or which one, you have more energy for, but it really is which one is vibrationally more in alignment with you. Another example, is this almond butter in alignment with my body right now? Or is this almond butter for my highest good right now? Is this supplement for my highest good? When testing for multiple supplements, you can hold the intention of finding the one that is the most in alignment with you when you're standing in a store. So as you go down the row or down the aisle, you can pick up each one or touch each one and just feel for a weak or strong reading. And then say you have 20 different choices. From there, you narrow down which 2 or 3 is the best by asking which supplement is the most in alignment or for your highest good. And then from there, you can narrow it down to the one that is the most in alignment or the most vibrationally strengthening for your body. Another question would be, is this job for my highest good? Is the vibration of this color shirt for my highest good? Is the vibration of this vitamin for my highest good right now? Because you also have to remember in the sense of supplements and vitamins, the body has a cumulative effect. And so if you test for a vitamin or a supplement on its own, it can be very good and very strengthening for the body. But when you take and you combine it with 15 other supplements, that supplement may then become negative or weakening. And so you also need, when you're testing for supplements, to test for a cumulative effect. In the highest good, does this person need to eat more spinach? If you're testing for someone else, your child, your sister, your mother, your father, a friend, testing for someone else. In the highest good, does this person need to stop eating dairy? Is this person allergic to wheat? Does this person need to fast? You can ask these questions, and as you learn to trust the responses in your body, you can use your body as a barometer as you connect to the energy field of others. I always teach and encourage that you learn to connect with your energy field first so that you know and can be very, very confident in the readings, the results that you're getting for someone else. So to summarize what we've gone over and what we've learned about how to use muscle testing, first step is you need to be balanced, and you may need to reset your body before testing. We went over several things that tend to throw us off balance and the energy reset technique that you can use to reset your body, just to make sure that your polarities aren't reversed and that you're getting accurate results before you're testing. Check for any attachment to the outcome and step back if you need to in order to gain a higher perspective before you test. Remember that you are testing for the frequency or the vibration of a supplement or a physical item or a situation, and not necessarily for the outcome. Formulate a direct, clear yes or no question. Conduct the muscle test using your preferred method. When you're trying to learn muscle testing, I'm telling you, there are hundreds of different muscles and ways that you can learn to do this. I've only introduced you to 3. In my advanced course, I introduce you to a lot more, and there's so many more even outside of that. And so I encourage you, if it's something that you feel that this is in harmony with you, which it should be, take the time to find a method that works for you, that you really love and that you're comfortable with. After you've conducted the test, with the information you've received, you can now make a more informed decision. And that is really what kinesiology and muscle testing is all about. It's really about being able to discern what things are in alignment with you and which are not. And even through the learning the nuances of the muscles, you are going to get more and more sensitive. You're going to develop your intuition. You're going to develop this sensitivity to just know without even muscle testing how something feels when it strengthens you and how something feels when it's, conversely weakening you. So as we wrap up this course on the introduction to muscle testing, I want you to remember this. Know that we all have the full truth and all of the answers already inside of us. We subconsciously already know what is the higher good and more aligned choice, and we always can identify that by the frequency that it vibrates at. The work really becomes for us to quiet the mental noise and the body chaos that is always in our minds in order to be able to hear this deeper truth more fully. And the self-muscle testing is only one of the ways that can help us do this. But many, many times it is an amazing doorway to a deeper connection with yourself and your ability and sensitivity to be able to read and to be able to discern those more aligned choices. So now that you have been exposed to muscle testing, go out and practice, practice, practice. So I hope that you enjoyed this introduction to kinesiology and that from this you have learned that you can have an amazing tool to help you gain insight, that you never have to be unsure if something holds a frequency or a vibration that is in alignment with your body or not. You can always know immediately if a food, a supplement, a person, a life decision, a path, if any of that is in vibrational alignment, you have the tools to be able to discern that in the moment and immediately. This is a very powerful and amazing tool, and it's so fun. I hope that you will give it its due space in your life. Now, I do have 2 advanced courses, and one of those is just a advanced course for kinesiology, and the other course is specifically created for coaches and entrepreneurs, and it really dives down deep into a lot of the questions and how to muscle test on the fly as you're doing business throughout the day. So I hope you enjoyed this course. Give me an email. Any feedback is appreciated, and again, we appreciate your time with us.